Flash fill showed up in Microsoft Excel 2013, so you're probably already using it. However, you might not realize just how flexible and powerful this tool is. It's a quick way to enter new or clean up existing data. In the past, you might have needed a function or an expression to get what you need. Now, you enter the pattern you want and press Ctrl E. No fuss, no muss. In this video, I'll show you 6 ways Flash Fill can make your work just a bit easier by automatically anticipating your fill needs after making an entry or two. Now, there are 2 requirements when using this feature. 1. The source data must conform to a consistent pattern. 2. You must refresh the Flash Fill results after updating the source data. Perhaps the best feature of all is that the results are explicit data and not the result of a function. That makes the results easier to work with. Way 1. How does Flash Fill work? Using Flash Fill is simple, but you'll need to let Excel know what you want. The first way is the simplest one. Move to Sheet 1. Here I have a small table with some names. This column is the Flash Fill result that we are going to implement, okay? Let's click on cell C3 and enter what you want in the first cell. I want to extract the last name Parkins, so let's type it. Now, press Ctrl E to implement Flash Fill, which will complete the list. That was really fast. Occasionally, we'll need to make 2 or 3 entries before Excel catches on. This first example is a good lesson on how Flash Fill works because the data is inconsistent. The results are inconsistent, as you can see. Flash Fill does its best. The problem is the inconsistent data, not Flash Fill. In this case, Flash Fill simply extracts the characters from the right to the left until it encounters the first space. That's the only pattern it can discern. Now that you know how to use Flash Fill, let's continue with some examples of how Flash Fill can help you work more productively. Let's move on to the second way. Way 2. How to use Flash Fill to extract text. I already clicked on Sheet 2. Let's suppose that you want to extract the first names from the source data in column B. To do so, enter Laura in C3. Now press Ctrl E. As you can see, the source data still has an inconsistency, but this time the results are better than the first example. If you decide to change the source data so it's consistent, don't forget to update the Flash Fill. You'll have to run it again. Way 3. How to use Flash Fill to combine text. Let's move on to the next sheet. In the last example, we extracted the first name from a cell that contains full names. You can also combine names separated into different cells. Alright, let's click on D3 and type Parkins, comma, space, Laura, enter. Click again into D3 and press Ctrl E. By that time, Flash Fill was able to complete the pattern and fill in the rest. Not only did Flash Fill combine the names, but it also transposed them and added the comma. Way 4. How to use Flash Fill to change case. You might have noticed the name Alexis in cell B7 is still uppercase. Sometimes you might not be able to clean up the source data. You might be working with linked data, or perhaps there are just too many records to fool with. This is a great opportunity to put Flash Fill to work, and you could even replace the source data with the results you wanted. Let's enter Alexis in cell E7, and then press Ctrl E. Yes, Flash Fill can work up. You make the correction only once. Flash Fill will fix them all once you show it the pattern. Way 5. How to use Flash Fill to extract numbers or text. Earlier, we used flash fill to extract first names from cells that contained full names. Data doesn't have to be separated by space and doesn't have to be all text. In Sheet 5, I have column B with several strings that contain both numerical digits and alpha characters. To extract only the numbers, enter the numbers from the first two strings by sight. Let's type 72 in cell C3 and press Ctrl E. Look at the message in this dialog box. Because the pattern is complex, flash fill needs a couple of examples to pick it up. So I will type in C3, the number 72, and 819 in C4, and then press Ctrl plus E to fill in the remaining cells. Very cool. Now let's delete the numbers and type A, B, T, F, Z. Ctrl plus E and voila! This works just as easily with alpha characters. Way 6. How to use flash fill to extract and add. Don't stop with just one task because flash fill can handle more than one change at a time. Here in Worksheet 6, we have some values, some big numbers. What do I want? I want flash fill to add a dollar symbol and the letter K to the digits. So let's enter $80,000 into cell C3. Now I'll use the power of flash fill to fill in the rest. Ctrl E. Notice, however, that the consistency issue created an error in C. It should be 1 million to maintain the pattern. Flash fill can't do everything. These are just a few examples of how you can put flash fill to work for you. I've included a few monkey wrenches, so when it happens to you, you'll know why and how to fix the source data, if possible, to meet the consistency requirement. If you found value in this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more Excel tips and tricks. If you have any questions or insights, please drop them in the comments below. I love seeing what you come up with. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next one.